Hi guys, welcome back to another week of Top 5 Plays. I'd like to give a big shout out and thank you to everyone who submitted a replay in the previous week. Although it took me some time to go through every single one of your submissions, I want you to know that none will be missed. If your replay wasn't in the final top 5 this week, I will bring them forward to the next week for it to compete with the new submissions, so keep them coming in as it keeps the series going strong. Also, if you like what you see, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to see more new episodes added to this series. Without further ado, let's begin with number 5. In this spot, we have Clipto, aka Madly Mo, unwittingly doing rank PvP for his dailies. Madly said he wasn't paying attention at the beginning until he realized he was attacked by 2 tanks and a siege waifu. Not wanting to lose, his big brain started to work, but before he could decide what to do to salvage the situation, his opponent gave him another blow by deploying Awakened Yumina. Still absolutely confused, he set himself on autopilot and dropped anything his hands landed on, and everything for the next few moments were pure panic response. A few moments later, he finally realized his true love Yumi was there in his hands all along. Thinking that his absolute sim target was the solution to his predicament, he placed his faith and dropped her into the field, having full confidence that she will save the day. Things started to snowball bit by bit, and in the end manages to grab the win. At this moment, he kept thinking Yumi saved the day, but I'm sure everyone watching this video knows that the real waifu of the day was Awakened Hilde. Shame on you, Madly Mo. Coming in at number 4, we have Kirito Senpai coming in with 2 super high cost units, but who cares? He starts off with a Lumi lead and a Rosaria bringing out the big guns at the very beginning. His opponent reacts calmly and stops the offensive with a Serapel, and after a moment, decides to drop Yensing and Harab. Throwing logic out the window and embracing waifu supremacy, Kirito invites an 8-cost Awakened Yuna to tango. With an unintentional Harab skill bait by Lumi, Kirito then timed both ship skills back to back to stop any potential threat to his waifu Awakened Yuna. This goes to show that no matter how much you ban a broken unit, they will always remain broken if the odds are against you. Methodically taking the place of number 3, we have Krishnik with a mental fortitude of steel. After a brief standoff, Krishnik decided to bait the enemy using his Rosaria, but at the same time was taken aback when Sylvia and Awakened Hilde was the enemy's response. After a short scuffle, the enemy managed to push all the way to his ship, but Krishnik had a plan in mind. Under all that pressure, he concludes that his only way out was to chain CC the enemy. He then deploys Awakened Nayubin to disrupt and kill the backline while keeping Awakened Hilde occupied with a Serapel. Next, he patiently waited and timed his Elizabeth drop in order to continue to stun his enemies while Sylvia makes her entrance for a 5-second stun. Nothing feels as great as the relief you feel when the strategy you came up with under all that pressure actually pays off. Moral of the story, stay calm, never give up, and play on. Sneaking into number 2, we have Mackie featuring Thaddeus Morgan, the John Wick of Counterside. Hitting it off, Mackie deploys Ryan Ferrer as the scout for his secret agent Thaddeus Morgan. Feeling safe when the coast is clear, Thaddeus enters the field, ready to do all sorts of espionage. But suddenly, Awakened Hilde was deployed and Thaddeus was exposed. His gadgetsmith Sylvia sends a complimentary stun to buy him time, and he let out a sigh of relief. Chaos ensues, and his opponent calls in Rosaria airstrike hoping to reveal the spy in the ranks. Seeing that it wasn't too effective, a planetary siege order was issued to Kami Izumi. But Thaddeus barrel rolls away from the laser cannon, drops a few bombs along the way, disables everything on the enemy side, and walks on like a badass to finish the job. Guys, don't ever mess with Thaddeus' pet dog. Taking the champion seat at number 1, we have Breadsticks with the ability to stop time. Starting off with a simple Serapel to lead the charge, the enemy reacted with an Awakened Hilde. Seeing Rosaria coming next, Breadsticks preps and instantly drops his Jushi Yun for the imminent laser. Everything was progressing as expected, but things start to get hairy when the enemy ranks was bolstered by Yensing and Harim. Serapel taking hits like a champ, teetered on the edge of death, and as she was right about to die, Breadsticks top time activates Jushiyun counter and ship skill to allow Serapel for a few seconds till she casts her skills. No matter what the enemy did, Serapel pushed away death time and time again, burning all enemies around to death and leading the victory march out of Helheim. This is one cheat skill nobody can ever copy. Breadsticks, please don't abuse this too much. And that's all for this week's top 5 plays. Thank you again for flooding me with your replay submissions. If you know anyone who has any replays that's worth mentioning, please let them know about this series too. Until the next week, game on.